Imagine standing at a coin show where thousands of shiny pieces of history are on display. Then suddenly two coins capture everyone's attention. Their presence almost demands silence, their stories wrapped in mystery and fortune. One is the powerful 1948 Franklin half-dollar. The very first of its kind, a coin that introduced Benjamin Franklin onto American currency, a piece that holds secrets of rarity, of minting, and of collector obsession. The other is the breathtaking 1916 Mercury Dime, a tiny silver treasure with a design so beautiful, so iconic that it changed the very landscape of American numismatics. These are not just coins. They are gateways to millions. Now ask yourself, how can something so small, so ordinary-looking carry value? Beyond imagination, the truth lies in scarcity and hidden mint marks in flawless grading. The difference between a coin worth cents and a coin worth millions is often just one detail invisible to the casual eye and yet known to experts who guard. These treasures, the Franklin half-dollar and the Mercury Dime, are legends that remind us every coin has a story. Every story has a mystery, and every mystery hides a fortune. Here on Coin Value Guider, we unravel those mysteries, we take you behind the scenes of numismatic history and reveal the secrets that transform everyday change into world-class treasure. So stay with us, like, subscribe, and prepare, because the journey into these million-dollar coins is just beginning. Imagine for a moment that you are holding an old piece of silver in your hand. At first it feels like any ordinary half-dollar coin, maybe something that has been sitting in a drawer for decades or tucked away in a dusty box in your grandparents' attic. But what if I told you that this very coin, the 1948 D Franklin half-dollar, a simple piece of metal from the past, could in fact be worth an earth-shattering $167 million? Yes, you heard that, right? $167 million for a single coin. Stay with me, because by the end of this journey you will see why this coin is not just history in your hand, but potentially life-changing fortune. Before we dive deep, take a second to like this video and subscribe to Coin Value Guide YouTube channel, because what you are about to discover will make you question every coin you have ever held in your pocket. The suspense is real, and trust me, you do not want to miss the secrets waiting for you now. Let us set the stage. The year is 1948. The United States Mint has just begun a new series to honor one of the most influential founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. This was no ordinary coin design for the half-dollar. This was the first time Franklin appeared on United States coinage with his dignified portrait on the obverse and the majestic Liberty Bell on the reverse. A symbol of freedom and history, the Denver Mint struck thousands of these coins in 1948, and among them lies a hidden treasure, the 1948 D Franklin half-dollar, that collectors now whisper about, a coin whose value in pristine condition with the right grading, and perhaps a hidden rarity, can skyrocket into unimaginable territory. But let us not reveal everything just yet, because suspense is what makes numismatics so fascinating. First, let us talk about the physical features that define this legendary coin. The 1948 D Franklin half-dollar has a diameter of 36 millimeters. It has a thickness of 2.15 millimeters and weighs precisely 12.5 grams. It is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, making it not just a historical artifact but also a true silver treasure. Even at its base, silver content, the coin already carries intrinsic value. But what turns it into a $167 million marvel is the combination of condition, rarity, and numismatic history. This is where collectors lean in, and the real story begins. Now you may be wondering, how can grading affect the price of a coin? Let me reveal to you the secret. Grading is everything in numismatics. Every coin is judged by its state of preservation, from poor, worn-out examples to mint state perfection. The grading scale used by professionals runs from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state coin that shows no flaws at all. Imagine the suspense of holding a Franklin half-dollar and waiting to hear if a professional grading service declares it MS 68, MS 69, or the dream grade of MS 70. The difference between MS 65 and MS 70 could mean the difference between a few $1,000s and a price tag in the hundreds of millions. And here is the twist: only one or two examples of the 1948 D Franklin half-dollar are believed to exist in flawless condition, graded by the most respected authorities in the field: PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, The Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, when a coin reaches these stratospheric levels of rarity, it transforms from being just money to being a trophy asset, something investors, collectors, and even museums fight to own. But what makes the 1948 D Franklin half dollar so special? Aside from its age and silver content, the key is that 1948 was the very first year of issue for the Franklin half dollar series, making it a true key date in numismatics. And collectors know that first-year issues are always special. Combine that with the D mint mark from Denver, and you have a coin that sets the stage for greatness. But let us not forget the thrill of the hunt. Numismatics is not only about the coins themselves, it is about the stories behind them, the errors, the discoveries, the surprises that keep collectors searching for decades. Imagine looking at the Liberty Bell on the reverse of your Franklin half dollar under magnification and noticing a tiny doubling or a minting flaw, a subtle error that only a trained eye can detect. Such strike errors are like golden tickets to fortune, but the suspense builds even higher because you cannot simply assume your coin is valuable without expert confirmation. This is why grading companies like PCGS and NGC exist to verify authenticity, assign grades, and provide protective holders known as slabs that secure both the coin and its value. And once your coin has been certified, its story becomes official, and its place in numismatic history is secured. Now let us ask the million-dollar question, or in this case, the $167 million question. How do you actually sell such a coin, because having it in your possession is only part of the journey? The other half is finding the right place to realize its full value. Local coin shops may offer you quick cash, but never the astronomical prices that legendary coins deserve. Instead, the best place to unlock the full potential of your 1948 D Franklin half dollar is at a major auction house. Think Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where elite collectors and wealthy investors battle against one another, driving the price into record-breaking territory. You might even consider listing it on a global platform like eBay, but only with the right marketing and authentication, because a coin of this caliber attracts serious eyes and serious money. This is where provenance also comes into play. Provenance is the documented history of a coin. If your Franklin half dollar comes with a story, an origin, or a past appearance in a famous collection, that adds layers of prestige and can elevate its value even more. Collectors love coins with a traceable history because it connects them not just to the coin, but to the human stories behind it. Now let us pause and build suspense once again. What if I told you that somewhere out there another undiscovered flawless 1948 D Franklin half dollar could be hiding in a collection, or tucked away in a safe deposit box waiting to be rediscovered? The very idea is enough to make numismatists lose sleep, because every coin jar, every estate sale, and every roll of half dollars could potentially hide a treasure that rewrites history and turns ordinary people into legends. And this is what makes the world of coin collecting so addictive. Numismatics is not just about silver weights or mint marks. It is about connecting with history, about holding in your hand something that has traveled across generations, a silent witness to decades of American life. Franklin himself once said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest," and in this case, knowledge of coins could literally transform into generational wealth. Now, before we close, let me remind you of the powerful truth. Coin collecting is more than a hobby. It is a hunt, a mystery, a chase filled with cliffhanger, suspense, and astonishing revelations. The 1948 D Franklin half dollar, worth $167 million, stands as a modern legend of numismatics, a shining example that even the smallest piece of metal can hold within it the power to change your life forever. So here is your mission. Take a look at your own collection. Check your pocket change. Open those dusty jars from the past, and if you ever come across a 1948 D Franklin half dollar, do not ignore it, because you just might be holding a miracle in your hand. And remember, this journey is not meant to be traveled alone. Join the growing community of passionate collectors by subscribing to Coin Value Guide YouTube channel. Smash that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and share this video with friends, family, and fellow treasure hunters, because the next rare coin discovery could be right around the corner, and you will want to be here when it happens. The suspense of numismatics never ends, so keep searching, keep collecting, and never lose your curiosity. Because the next coin you discover might just be worth $167 million. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and let us continue this journey together into the world of hidden treasures, rare coins, and fortunes waiting to be found. Welcome back, collectors and treasure seekers. Today, you are about to step into a story that feels like a mystery novel wrapped in metal. A small piece of silver that hides secrets more powerful than you can imagine, a coin so tiny, yet so monumental, that its value has reached beyond imagination. The coin we are about to uncover is none other than the 1916 Mercury Dime, also known as the Winged Liberty Head Dime. And yes, you heard that right, a dime, a coin worth only 10 cents when it was minted, but now carrying a staggering $9 million value. And before I reveal exactly why this coin has captured the attention of serious numismatists around the world, I want you to pause and think. Imagine holding something in the palm of your hand that could change your life forever. Now, why is this coin so special? What is it that turns an ordinary-looking piece of silver into a fortune of $9 million? The story begins in 1916, a year when the United States Mint introduced a brand new design created by engraver Adolph Weinman. At first glance, you see the portrait of Liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol of freedom of thought, and it was quickly nicknamed the Mercury Dime, because many people thought Liberty looked like the Roman god Mercury. The design was stunning, artistic, bold, and it immediately won the admiration of collectors. But what makes the 1916 Mercury Dime so incredibly valuable is not just its design but the circumstances that surrounded its minting. Here is where suspense takes hold, because not every 1916 Mercury Dime is worth millions. Only a select few carry that magical value, so let me build the scene for you. The most valuable among them is the 1916 Mercury Dime minted in Denver. In extremely low numbers, only about 264,000 were ever struck. Compare that to other years when tens of millions were produced. The 1916 dime became one of the rarest pieces of American coinage, and rarity in numismatics is one of the most powerful forces behind astronomical values. But rarity alone is not enough, condition matters too. And this is where we step into the world of professional grading. Imagine this: a collector brings a 1916 Mercury Dime to a grading service, such as PCG's Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company. The coin is carefully examined under magnification. Every detail of the Winged Liberty design, every letter in the word Liberty, every line on the fasces and the bands, is inspected, and based on this detailed review, the coin is assigned a grade. The higher the grade, the sharper the details, the fewer the scratches, the brighter the luster, and in the coin market, grading can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and millions. Imagine holding a gem mint state 67 or 68 specimen, the kind that auctions off for breathtaking sums. Now you begin to see why one of these coins sits at the top of the hobby, valued at $9 million. But what makes the suspense more intense is that many people may own old dimes and never realize what they have. Could a coin hidden in your drawer, in your grandfather's jar, or in a flea market box be a fortune waiting to be discovered? Before I answer that, think about this. Every single coin tells a story, and collectors are detectives, historians, and treasure hunters all rolled into one. The 1916 Mercury Dime carries specific physical details that make it unmistakable. First, it is struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both beauty and intrinsic value. Its diameter is precisely 17.9 millimeters. Its thickness is about 1.35 millimeters, and its weight is 2.5 grams, small numbers. Yes. But these measurements are the fingerprint of authenticity, and experts use them to verify genuine pieces. Now here is the cliffhanger. Because owning a genuine 1916 Mercury Dime, especially the 1916 mint mark placed just to the left of the fasces, can transform an ordinary day into the discovery of a lifetime. So how does one go from holding such a coin to realizing its full $9 million potential? The first step is authentication and grading, as I mentioned earlier. Send it to PCGs or NGC. Let the experts verify it, because collectors and investors trust their sealed plastic holders known as slabs. Once slabbed and graded, the coin enters the official marketplace where buyers know its value and authenticity are unquestionable. Now let me take you into the world of selling such a masterpiece. If you are lucky enough to own this treasure, the right place to sell is not a local pawn shop, nor a random online listing. These places will never give you the true value. Instead, turn to major auction houses. like heritage auctions, stacks, bowers, or legend rare coin auctions. These are the arenas where million-dollar coins shine under the spotlight. Collectors worldwide bid fiercely for the chance to own history itself, and every record-breaking sale pushes the mystique of the coin even higher. Before I reveal more, I want to pause here and invite you, my viewers, to engage if you are fascinated by rare coins, by hidden treasures, by the thrill of numismatic storytelling. Then make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts about the 1916 Mercury Dime, and subscribe to Coin Value Guide. Your subscription keeps this journey alive and ensures you never miss the next discovery. Now back to our story. What many collectors do not realize is that even within the 1916 Mercury dimes, the value can vary dramatically. One coin graded good, 4 by PCGs, may sell for a few thousand, while another in mint state with full split bands, meaning the lines on the fasces are fully struck and clear, may soar to hundreds of thousands. And at the very top, a specimen in superb gem condition with perfect surfaces almost untouched by time becomes a $9 million legend. This demonstrates a critical truth in numismatics: condition, rarity, and demand form a triangle that creates astronomical values. Suspense deepens when we consider how few of these top-grade coins actually exist. Over the decades, many were melted. Many were lost, many were circulated into oblivion. Only a precious handful survive, and it is these survivors that drive the entire coin collecting world into awe and envy. Let us also touch on an important aspect that fuels the thrill of coin collecting. The chase. Numismatics is not just about owning, but about searching, flipping through rolls, scouring antique shops, attending coin shows, feeling that heartbeat when you think you might have spotted something extraordinary. For some, it is a lifelong adventure. For others, a hobby that occasionally yields gold or silver. And for the rare lucky few, it means uncovering a coin worth $9 million. Now let us deepen the curiosity. What if you found a coin that looks like a Mercury dime dated 1916 with a D mint mark? How do you know if it is real? Here is where knowledge becomes power. Counterfeiters have tried to create fakes by adding tiny D mint marks to ordinary 1916 coins. Expert collectors know to look closely at the style of the mint mark, at the wear patterns, at the metal flow. Only genuine coins pass the scrutiny of grading companies, and that is why sending it to PCGs or NGC is not optional but essential. The suspense grows when you realize that many people might own this treasure without knowing, and the thought that a coin jar in someone's attic could hide a $9 million fortune keeps collectors awake at night. It is this very suspense that makes coin collecting one of the most engaging hobbies in the world. Before we approach the conclusion, let us summarize the raw facts about this tiny giant of value coin. Name: 1916. Mercury dime, also known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. Denomination: 10 cents. Composition: 90% silver and 10% copper. Weight: 5 grams. Diameter: 17.9 millimeters. Thickness: 1.35 millimeters. Key variety: the 1916 D, minted in Denver, with only 26,400 struck. Grading importance: full split bands. Rare mint state conditions. Value range from a few thousand in low grades to $9 million in gem mint state. Now, I want you to imagine yourself in this position. You hold one of these coins, you feel the weight of history in your hand, you realize its rarity and condition. You send it for grading and the verdict comes back: gem mint state with full split bands. Suddenly you are the owner of a $9 million treasure. What would you do? Would you keep it as a crown jewel of your collection, or send it to auction to change your life forever? And before I close, let me remind you that numismatics is not just about money. It is about history, art, culture, and legacy. The 1916 Mercury dime connects us to an era, a story of design, of rarity, of value that grows with every passing year. It represents the dream of discovery, the thrill of possibility. So my final words to you are these: if you have enjoyed this journey through suspense and history, if you want to continue discovering treasures that lie hidden in plain sight, then join our community. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow collectors. Spread the knowledge, spread the thrill together. We will continue to unlock the secrets of rare coins here on Coin Value Guide. Because who knows? Maybe the next legendary discovery is already sitting in your hands.